Countrywide Connect with Andy Thompson and Sarah Perriam-Lamp.
Rightio, it is Friday, and we are going to talk some sport, as we always do on Friday on Countrywide Connect. Graeme, Sportsfreak Beasley, and Dave Worsley are on the lines. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. Really appreciate your time. Hello. I'm going to start with you, Beasley. Are Spurs that bad? God, we were terrible.
That was very bad, wasn't it? I mean, we did have a decent win over Charlton, the might of Charlton midweek in the Fizzy Cup. But, terrible start to the season. And it just sort of seemed like a team who hadn't really met each other before.
No. And I thought they met each other in Auckland. But anyway, whole other story. Dave, welcome to the show, mate. Well, let's start with a little bit of... Should we start with the All Blacks, shall we? How surprised were you that we managed to get it over the Yarpies last weekend? And do you think we can do it again based on this team?
Well, on the team that's selected this morning, I don't think there's too many changes that were unexpected as such. We knew that Josh Lord would be out, so then you make the changement moving Tupou in. You got Simon on the side. Everything was pretty logical, the changes that they've made. And maybe you could say Josh Morby for who's on the wing there, our plenty speedster, X7. Yeah, that's right. I mean, no major surprises there. And you've got Tuipulotu in on the reserves as well. So you've got a bit of bulk there. I think the Springboks know what to expect. And if they play the game that they should be playing, then they're going to be pretty tough. I mean, we're going to have to play well. The whole thing that last weekend, we gained more points than what I think everybody was expecting. Maybe a win, okay, but a win by that much? Now, that was the surprise.
Graeme, what do you make, first and foremost, the game itself last week and then the team that's been picked?
I certainly was surprised that we managed to score 5 tries. What we did really well is when we got a chance, we scored tries. And the Box didn't, the Box hammered away at our line. And didn't manage to get it over there. So it was a very good performance. In terms of this weekend, history will tell you that in series between the All Blacks and the Springboks, the team that loses the first test tends to win the second. They come back. So, if you think back those series in the 70s and the Lions out here in the 70s, that was the way it always worked. But then the team that won the first test would go on to win the series. So it's not all doom and gloom, but I think it's going to be really tough tomorrow.
Okay. What about selections then? Simon Parker in at 6. Obviously, we saw that game against, I think it was the Lions, was it, midweek? Ethan Blackadder played an outstanding game. There was a lot of thought that he might come in on the bench.
Yeah, I think the thing with Ethan Blackadder, and you're right, he was very good in that game midweek, is that he played the full 80. So I think having played the full 80, that sort of counted up against him. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him on the bench next weekend. He'll have had that 10-day break, but I thought he did.
I know that's created probably a fair amount of comment.
Yeah, I mean, Blackadder, I was just pleased to see him last a game because really, I mean, come on. I mean, how often does he really last a big physical game? I mean, we always want him to, and you have a connection to him and the family. You want to see him actually last a game. In fact, 2 games in a row, because his record with injuries is pretty abysmal. So that was great to actually see him play well. Don't forget, there will be injuries from the second test. So by the time we get to the third and then eventually the fourth test, just about every player, I think, is actually going to have a start or at least be on the bench. So, selections are pretty logical for the second test. And I don't think you would have put him in ahead of Parker when it comes to actually, Parker's performance last test as well was probably one of the better forwards.
Yeah. Graeme, Josh Morby, the wing position, he didn't play that bad, did he, last week?
No, I didn't think he did. I was a little bit surprised by that. I mean, he is on the bench. He will get on and play some minutes. But, a little bit ruthless, but it shows how competitive it is at the back. They've got some good wingers there. And they obviously liked what they saw out of Carter when he came on last week. So, I mean, it's a bit of a call, but it does show that Rennie is prepared to make those big changes.
Yeah, and Dave, Beauden Barrett again, dirty. Not used to that.
Yeah, well, you look at it, I believe that Damien McKenzie, this is his 13th test in a row that he's either started or been on the bench. So, he's been playing well. And we could say, well, who would you replace or who would you put Bowden Barrett in for? I mean, McKenzie, certainly in the starting lineup, you've got Love in the first 5 position. And then on the bench, well, I mean, at the moment, I don't think Barrett is playing his best rugby. And I think the players that they've got listed, whether starting or in the backs, in the reserves, are better at the present time.
All right. So
they have also got the advantage that both McKenzie and Love can play 10 and 15.
Yeah.
And Will Jordan can play 15 fairly well too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Money where your mouth is, gentlemen. Give me your prediction for the weekend.
Oh, I'm going to say Box by 7.
Ooh, I was going to say by 3, that it's a close thing, and there'll be a referee complaint by someone. Actually, both sides. Probably Erasmus will complain about the referee even winning by 25-22.
Well, just on the referee, what did you make of this edict from World Rugby to tell TMOs to bugger off? I mean, surely they shouldn't have to have an edict to tell them to do that, do they?
I thought it was great.
I think it's great, but why does World Rugby actually have to tell them?
That's just weird. I mean, World Rugby comes up with some strange things, let alone making 7s with the worst font ever. I'm against that. It looks like one of, they've just ruined that. I mean, hey, if you're going to ruin something, use a really bad comical font. But yeah, World Rugby, just do the basics well. Don't overcomplicate shit. That's it. Just do the basics well. Let the referee be the referee. If there is something that is extremely bad that should be pulled back, then okay. But if it's something that, well, it could be not. No, it might be not. Let the referee be in charge.
Yeah. I don't think you'll get too many complaints. Well, you won't get any complaints from anyone about that. Whereas, all right, NPC coming up. Good to see the
Wellington. Oh, sorry.
Oh, Wellington. Are they playing? I thought they
Battle of the Titans. Battle of the Titans on Sunday afternoon, people. Wellington up against Counties Manukau. Oh,
this could be your point.
It could be our point, and
singular.
Both sides can't lose, so this is a big opportunity. But that really is the clash of the bottom dwellers.
You'll be going along to that, Graeme, no doubt. You'll be one of 4 there.
Yeah, I might go along actually. Wait and see.
All right.
It's a bit hard to find people to go with. That's the only problem at the moment.
Yeah. Interesting. Auckland Bay are plenty tonight. Both. Well, what do you make of that, Wurzel?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I mean, Auckland has had potential. Bay of Plenty, obviously, lots of potential as well. That one could kind of go either way, depending on which side turns up. When I say which side turns up, is attitude-wise rather than who's listed on the team. I mean, for me, I'm in North Harbour and Northland, so I'm pretty happy at the moment. And I think Northland to beat your Tasman side.
Oh, look, I don't think so. I think it's coming home. Beasley, what do you reckon?
It's been there once before.
Well,
no, I think no offense, Andy, but I think the country will be wanting Northland to have a reasonable run. Unfortunately, if they do retain the Shield this weekend, my understanding is the next challenge they've got is Waikato, and I don't think people want to see Waikato win. So hopefully they can win those couple of days and just have a decent run. It sounds like they've done the right things this week. They've taken it around, up to Kaitaia and Dargaville and all that kind of stuff. They're having a parade tomorrow, I understand, the day before a match. That's maybe a little bit
unusual.
Yeah, maybe a little bit risky, but it'll be a dry parade. They won't behave like English cricketers or anything like that. So, I just think they've celebrated it well.
Yeah, and that is the magic of the Ranfurly Shield. No matter what, it just, what do they say, 10,000, 12,000 tickets sold up there in Northland. I don't know the name of that stadium in Whangarei, but it is magic, isn't it, Wurzel?
Yeah, that's right. It is Siminoff Stadium. The actual name, I think, was an ex-player as well. Owns a big trucking company in Whangarei. You've got to remember, Whangarei is around about 60,000 people plus Northland. Not a huge population throughout the whole area, but now a 2-hour drive. There's no slips over the hills, but it's a great stadium as well. And I think there's going to be a lot of very happy people. One thing, though, you look at the Northland side and you look across who they've got and you say, that's a Super Rugby player, that's a Super Rugby player. Across the field, they've got a lot of Super Rugby players, whereas some other teams, you look at them and you think, well, I mean, Wellington, you've got 3 kind of relatively regular Super Rugby players.
Yeah, and the other thing about it is all the players have their roots in Northland.
Yeah,
and that's an issue with the Wellington side this year. Is that we got ring and small over the show. I think they will play with a lot of pride, and I hope and expect them to retain the Shield. And of course, they're also there, second or third in the table.
Behind Hawke's Bay.
One off.
Yeah, I mean Hawke's Bay leading the competition, Andy. I mean, when you look at their team across the board, it's okay. It's not necessarily a Hawke's Bay side full of big, fantastic names. There's a little bit of Super Rugby representation there, but it's not necessarily the big star team. But they're playing as a team, and they are the only unbeaten team at the present time.
Yeah, and they managed to put Southland away last night in a pretty cold Southland by the sound of it as well.
And then if they do win the trophy, they'll break it.
Yes, they will. They've been known to do that once or twice before. Rightio, let's have a look at some NRL. Obviously, the big game for us, Sunday afternoon, 4:00, Warriors, top of the table. It's our year, apparently, versus the Knights. What'd you make last week, that drop goal to go top of the table or top of the log or top of the ladder, whatever it is? Very impressive, Graeme.
Yeah, that was good, wasn't it? That was smart work to get that drop goal and make it. So they're at home for their last 2 regular matches. Apparently, they put on extra seating and it's sold out for Sunday. They're totally in control of where they end up. So if they win those 2 games, and as long as the Panthers don't overtake them on points difference, then they'll be playing 4 games in a row at home. So, they can really, they won't have to cross the Tasman until the final if they do make it that far. So that'll just make it easy for them. They can bond. They'll get sellout crowds regardless of where they play. And it's going to be interesting when it comes around to the knockout games if they do take 1 or 2 of them to Eden Park. But they're on a roll.
I think I can ask you about that.
Yeah, the only people that want to play at Eden Park, not the Warriors, are actually perhaps the NRL, because potential seating of from 25,000 to around about 45,000 or thereabouts. Whereas if you play at home, as in Mount Smart, Gomedia Stadium, you are a bit closer to the ground. Everything works for the rugby league followers. And why not sell that out? Yep, you're not going to get quite as much money, that is NRL aren't. However, it's the home ground and it is the real ground. Eden Park is not really a rugby league ground.
No, it's not. Absolutely, guys. Hey, look, really appreciate your time on Countrywide Connect as always. Thank you very much. We will talk to you hopefully again next week, and hopefully we're 2-0 against the Harpies.
Countrywide Connect with Andy Thompson and Sarah Perriam Lamb.